Welcome to Annie's English Studio, where every conversation opens a new door. I'm Annie. Let's get started. I walked past that little cafe by the river yesterday.
I have not thought about that place in months. Do they still have that terrible coffee machine that made every cup taste like it was brewed sometime in the last century?
It is still there. Some things never change.
Unlike us, apparently. When was the last time we actually sat down and talked like this?
Honestly, I do not even know. We text sometimes.
Texting is not really talking, though, is it?
No, it is not. It just feels like enough until it clearly is not.
We really do need to catch up properly. Not just how are you, but an actual catch up.
Agreed? So, what have you been up to?
Oh, where do I even start?
Start anywhere. We clearly have some catching up to do.
All right. Well, first of all, I feel like I should apologize. I am terrible at keeping in touch.
You are a little, but so am I, if we are being honest.
True. I think we both just get swept up in everything and forget to check in.
Which is strange, because when we finally do talk, it never actually feels like time has passed.
No, it really does not. Give me 5 minutes and it feels like we never stop talking.
That is exactly what I love about this. All right, tell me everything. What is new?
See, that question is bigger than you think.
Good. I have time.
All right, but before we start, I have a confession. I almost texted you last week.
Almost.
I typed out an entire message and then just never sent it.
That sounds about right for you.
It happens more than I would like to admit. I think about reaching out, and then life gets loud again, and the moment passes.
I actually do the same thing. I will think, I should call Ben. And then 20 minutes later, I am somewhere else entirely.
So we are both terrible in the same exact way.
Which almost makes it fair in a strange sort of way.
I will take that. Although I still think the cafe comment was you trying to guilt me into a longer conversation.
Maybe a little. Is it working?
Completely. Go ahead. Start wherever you want. Okay. Work update, since that seems to eat most of my time lately. Remember that project I mentioned ages ago, the one I said would take a few weeks?
The Few Weeks Project. Yes, I remember.
It is still going.
Of course it is.
6 months later, and it just finally wrapped up last week. I genuinely did not think that day would come.
Wait, I thought that project was only supposed to take a few weeks. What actually happened?
Everything happened. First, the requirements changed, then the person who understood half the project left, and then we discovered a problem that nobody had noticed for 2 years.
That sounds like a nightmare.
It genuinely was for a while. There was one week in there where I almost quit, if I am being honest.
You never mentioned that part.
I did not want to talk about it while it was happening. I just wanted it to end.
Did anyone else on the team almost walk away too?
2 people actually did leave, which made the whole thing feel even more impossible for a while.
So when it finally wrapped up, how did that feel?
Anticlimactic, honestly. I expected to feel triumphant, and instead I just felt tired and slightly confused about what to do with my evenings.
That is wild. Congratulations, though. Truly.
Thank you. Honestly, it feels strange to have my evenings back. I forgot what free time even looked like.
I believe that completely. My update is smaller, but it caught me off guard. I ended up picking up a new hobby, completely out of the blue.
Wait, really? What kind of hobby?
Pottery, actually. A friend dragged me to a class one weekend, and somehow I am still going every week.
That is amazing. I did not see that coming at all. Wait, why pottery though? Out of everything?
Honestly, I have no idea. My friend needed someone to go with her, and I said yes before I really thought about it.
Were you any good?
Absolutely not. My first attempt collapsed twice while I was still trying to center it on the wheel.
Center it? Listen to you, already using the vocabulary.
I pick things up fast, apparently, just not the actual pottery part.
Did you want to quit?
Around week 2, yes. I made something that was supposed to be a bowl, and it came out looking like a slightly sad hat.
I need to see this hat bowl.
It no longer exists. I was merciful.
Was anyone else in the class any good at least, so you did not feel alone?
One woman clearly already knew what she was doing, which somehow made the rest of us feel worse and more determined at the same time.
That is such a specific kind of pressure.
It really is. But by week 4, something finally worked, and I got strangely attached to it.
What was it?
A cup. A very small, slightly crooked cup. I still use it every morning.
See, this is exactly what I mean. We used to know this stuff about each other as it happened. Now I am finding out about pottery 6 months in.
I know. How did we go from talking every single week to suddenly realizing an entire month had disappeared?
Honestly, I do not know. It was not one big thing, it was just a lot of small weeks stacked on top of each other.
That is a good way to put it. Nothing dramatic ever happened. Life was just quietly full.
And before you know it, you look up and it has been months.
True. Anyway, give me another update. I feel like I am behind now.
There is not much else, honestly. Mostly work and trying to remember what I used to do before work took over.
That sounds painfully familiar.
What about you? Besides secretly becoming a potter?
I am hardly secret about it. I have just not had the chance to tell anyone, apparently.
Well, consider this your official update session.
Noted. I will bring you something I made next time.
Please do. I fully expect a slightly uneven mug.
Slightly uneven is generous. Deeply uneven is more accurate.
Oh, wait, that reminds me. Did I ever tell you what happened at that pottery class equivalent of mine, the office holiday party from 2 years ago?
I do not think you did.
Right, so you remember Marcus?
Vaguely. Tall, very serious about spreadsheets.
That is him. Well, he apparently choreographed an entire dance for the office party, rehearsed it alone, in secret.
No.
I'm not exaggerating. He performed it in front of the entire company.
I cannot believe I am only hearing about this now.
I forgot about it completely until just now.
That is exactly how this works, is it not? We talk for 20 minutes and suddenly entire stories come back out of nowhere.
It is like the conversation shakes something loose.
Speaking of which, do you remember that terrible karaoke night?
Do not bring that up.
I absolutely am bringing it up.
I was having a rough week.
You chose the song Nobody Forced You.
I stand by the song choice. I do not stand by the execution.
Fair enough. Although I still think about it sometimes, randomly, for no reason.
See, this is the problem. Once we start talking, we cannot stop remembering things.
It is a good problem to have, honestly. Wait, speaking of terrible ideas, do you remember the road trip?
Do not.
The one where we were convinced we could drive there in 4 hours.
It was 7. 7 hours, and we ran out of snacks by hour 2.
And you insisted on being the navigator, despite having no evidence you could read a map.
I got us there eventually.
You got us there 4 hours late, and we missed the actual reason we went.
Minor details, we still had fun.
We did. Actually, we still say that thing from the trip sometimes, do we not? 7 hours of confidence.
I say that to myself at work more often than I would like to admit.
It has genuinely become useful advice somehow.
Oh, that reminds me of something completely unrelated. Do you still have that ridiculous mug?
Which ridiculous mug? I own several.
The one that says something about Mondays. You got it from that gift shop we ducked into during a rainstorm.
I still have it. It lives in the back of my cupboard because I do not have the heart to get rid of it.
You should bring that one along with the pottery cup. Quite the pair.
A matching set of questionable decisions.
Speaking of decisions, is Priya still around? I always think of her whenever anyone mentions bad road trip planning.
She is. I actually saw her a few months ago. She still tells that story better than either of us.
She would. She has always had the better memory for details.
Speaking of things people kept, do you remember that photo from the cafe, actually? The really old one.
Which photo?
The one on the corkboard behind the counter. We are in it. Ancient version of us, looking far too pleased with ourselves.
Wait, that is still there?
It was last time I looked. I have genuinely wondered whether it is still hanging up all these years later.
I cannot believe neither of us ever took a copy of that.
I actually think I have one somewhere, in a box I have not opened in years.
You need to find that box.
I know, it is exactly the kind of thing you forget you have until someone mentions it.
Do you remember why we even took that photo in the first place?
Vaguely. Was it not something to do with the owner? He offered, did he not?
That is right, actually. He said we came in so often that we practically counted as furniture, and he wanted proof.
I forgot that part entirely. That sounds exactly like him.
He was a character. Whatever happened to him, do you think? He was not exactly young back then.
I have no idea. I never thought to ask, honestly. It is strange how someone can be part of your week for years and then just quietly disappear from it.
That happens more than we probably notice. People fade out of a routine and you do not clock it until much later.
Which makes me a little sad, actually. I hope he is well, wherever he is.
Same, although if he still owns the place, he is single-handedly responsible for that coffee machine never being replaced.
That machine will likely outlive all of us.
I think that machine predates both of us. It has certainly earned its place on that corkboard, right next to us.
If it is even still there. Some cafes redecorate eventually.
Not that one. I refuse to believe it has changed a single thing since we were last in it.
You are probably right. Some places just resist change out of principle. It is almost comforting, honestly, knowing at least one thing has not moved on without us. That is basically today, in one sentence, things we forgot we had until we mentioned them out loud.
I will take credit for that one.
Honestly, thinking about Priya makes me want to call 3 other people right now.
That is the danger of this conversation. One memory just keeps leading to another.
It really does. I forgot how much we actually shared until about 10 minutes ago.
We really should do this more often.
We say that every single time.
and somehow we never actually do it.
Maybe this time.
Maybe, although to be fair, I have said maybe this time before too.
We are both repeat offenders.
Guilty. Anyway, what else? You mentioned pottery. Is that a whole new social circle now, or just you alone with clay?
A bit of both, actually. It is a small group, mostly people I did not know before.
That is nice, though. New people, new stories to forget to tell me about in 6 months.
I will try to keep you more updated this time.
We both keep saying that. Can I say something a little strange?
Always.
I know exactly what has been happening in your life for the last 5 minutes, and somehow I still feel like I missed so much.
I know what you mean.
How does that work? How do you feel completely caught up and completely behind at the same time?
I do not think it is really about the time that passed.
No?
I think it is about this. Right here. However long it has been, this part never changes.
No time has passed at all, has it?
Not really, no. You know, we said a lot of interesting things just now. Should we go back through a few of them?
Go for it.
All right. Earlier, you said we should keep in touch more. That means staying in contact with someone, even in small ways, over time.
Guilty, since I clearly do not do that very well.
And when we finally did sit down to talk, we were catching up, which just means sharing everything that happened while we were apart.
That is exactly what today has been.
You also mentioned my hobby happened out of the blue. That means something happened suddenly, with no warning at all.
Very accurate. Nobody saw the pottery coming, least of all you. Actually, wait, I think I used that one too. When the Marcus story came back to me, it felt familiar almost immediately, like I had never actually forgotten it.
Fair point. You beat me to explaining it.
I am a co-host, not just a student, thank you.
Duly noted. Some things just stay familiar, no matter how long it has been. I also gave you an update, which is simply new information about what has been happening in someone's life.
A very overdue update in my case.
And by the end, we both felt like we could reconnect so easily, meaning we picked the conversation back up without any real effort.
It really did feel effortless once we actually started.
That is the strange part. It always does.
We should really do this more often.
You say that every time.
I mean it every time, too.
I know. Maybe that is enough, actually. Maybe it does not need to happen often. Maybe it just needs to happen.
That is a very generous way of forgiving both of us.
I am choosing to see it as wisdom, not forgiveness.
I will let you have that one.
There is something nice about this part, actually. Not the catching up part. This part, right after.
What do you mean?
Just knowing we do not have to say goodbye and wonder when we will talk again. It does not feel like an ending.
No, it does not, does it? It feels more like a pause than an ending.
Exactly. Like we could just pick this back up whenever, and it would still feel like this.
I think that might be the whole point, honestly. Not that we talk all the time, just that we could, and it would still work.
That is a nice thought to leave with.
It really is.
What are you doing next Saturday?
Nothing, actually. Nothing that I cannot move anyway.
Coffee then?
Same cafe?
Same cafe, even if the coffee is still terrible.
Especially if the coffee is still terrible. It would not feel right otherwise.
I will hold you to Saturday.
Hold away. I'm actually writing it down this time. Bring the crooked cup, by the way.
Absolutely not. This was nice, though. Genuinely.
It really was.
Until next time, then.
Until next time.
This is Annie, reminding you that English is not just a language, it is a door. And every episode, you open it a little wider. Until next time, keep opening doors.